Alex Drake had never imagined his life would change so fast. One moment, he was a regular soldier stationed on Earth, and the next, he found himself on a spaceship heading to a distant planet called Virilia. The message that called him was strange and secret. An alien princess wanted him to be her personal guard. Alex didn't know why, but he was curious and a little nervous. The spaceship was huge and very different from anything Alex had seen before. The walls glowed softly with blue light, and the air smelled fresh and clean. Around him, alien officers moved quickly, speaking in a language he could not understand. Still, everyone seemed to respect him. That gave Alex some confidence. After a long trip, the ship landed on Virilia. As Alex stepped outside, he saw a world unlike Earth. The sky was a deep purple, and two suns shone brightly. Strange plants grew tall, with leaves that shimmered in the light. The air was warm and smelled sweet. Alex felt like he was in a dream. He was taken to a large palace made of white stone. The building was tall and elegant, with shining windows that reflected the purple sky. Guards in shiny armor stood at the doors, watching him carefully. Alex wondered what kind of princess he was about to meet. Inside the palace, the hall was huge. The floor was smooth and cold under his boots. Torches lit the walls, but the light was soft and peaceful. Alex felt small in the giant room. Suddenly, a woman entered. She walked with grace and strength. Her skin was a pale blue, and her eyes shone like stars. She wore a silver dress that seemed to glow. "I am Princess Lyra," she said, her voice calm and clear. "Welcome to Virilia, Alex Drake." Alex bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Princess. I am honored to serve." Lyra smiled gently. "I have chosen you to be my guard, not because of your rank or skill alone, but because of who you are." Alex felt surprised. "Chosen me? But I'm just a soldier from Earth." The princess looked at him closely, her eyes soft but serious. "I chose you long before they sent you here. I sensed you would come." Alex wanted to ask more, but he did not know how. Instead, he nodded. This was strange, but somehow he trusted her. "Come," Lyra said, turning toward a set of stairs. "There is much to learn, and danger is near. You must be ready." As Alex followed her, he looked back at the palace doors. His life was changing forever, and he was not sure where this path would lead. But one thing was clear: he had a purpose now, and it was bigger than anything he had known before. After arriving at the palace, Alex Drake found himself in a world unlike anything he had ever known. The days passed quickly, filled with training and meetings, but one thing puzzled him most. Why had Princess Lyra chosen him? How could she know him before he was sent to Virilia? One evening, as the twin suns set behind the purple mountains, Lyra called Alex to her private chamber. The room was filled with soft light, and the walls were decorated with shimmering tapestries. Alex felt nervous but curious. "Sit with me," the princess said, motioning to a seat near a large window. Outside, the stars began to shine. Alex took the seat and looked at her. "Princess, I have to ask, how did you know I would come? Why did you choose me?" Lyra smiled, but her eyes held a serious light. "There are things about me and my people you do not yet understand, Alex. I have a gift, something rare among my kind." Alex leaned forward. "A gift?" "Yes," Lyra said quietly. "I can see glimpses of the future, feelings and events that are not yet clear to others. I sensed you long before the official message was sent." Alex was surprised. "You saw me? But how? I'm just a human." Lyra looked thoughtful. "Your spirit is strong, and your heart brave. These things shine even across the stars. When I felt the danger coming to Virilia, I searched for someone who could stand with me, someone from outside my world. You were the answer." Alex felt a mix of pride and doubt. It sounds like a story from a dream, but if it's true, I won't let you down. Lyara's smile grew warmer. I believe in you, Alex. Together, we can face what is coming. But you must be ready for challenges unlike any you've known. Just then, a soft alarm sounded from the palace. Lyra stood quickly. That is our signal. Trouble is near. Alex stood as well, feeling his heart race. What kind of trouble? An enemy moves against Virilia, she explained. A group from a neighboring star system wants our planet's resources. They do not understand our people or our strength. Alex nodded. Then we have to stop them. Lyara's eyes met his with determination. Yes, and you will stand by my side. In the days that followed, Alex trained harder than ever. He learned to use alien weapons and studied the ways of Virilia's defenders. But more than that, he watched Lyra carefully, learning her moods and her hopes. She was not just a ruler. She was a person who carried the weight of her entire world. One night, as they stood on the palace balcony watching the stars, Alex asked, "Do you really think I was meant to be here? That you chose me for a reason?" Lyra's voice was soft but strong. I do. Some things are written before we even live them. You were chosen long before anyone sent you. Alex looked up at the stars, feeling a new kind of hope. His journey had just begun, and he was ready to face whatever came next, with the princess who believed in him. Days passed on Virilia, and Alex Drake felt the weight of his new responsibility more than ever. The palace was no longer just a grand building. It was a place filled with tension and quiet worries. Princess Lyra moved with grace, but often looked toward the horizon, her face serious. One morning, the royal council gathered in the grand hall. Alex was invited to attend. The room was filled with tall, proud aliens, all wearing robes decorated with symbols of their clans. Their voices were low but urgent. Lyra stood at the front, her blue skin shining under the bright lights. Our neighboring star system, the Dravok cluster, has sent ships near our borders, she said. Their actions are aggressive. We must be ready. Alex listened carefully. The Dravok people were known as fierce warriors, and their desire for Virilia's rich resources was no secret. But this time, it seemed they were preparing for more than just trade talks. After the meeting, Alex walked with Lyra through the palace gardens. Strange flowers glowed softly under the two suns, and alien birds sang in the trees. Do you think they will attack? Alex asked. Lyra paused, looking at the stars beginning to show. It is possible. But what worries me most is that some of my own council may help them. Alex stopped, surprised. Your own people? Not all trust a human guard, Lyra said sadly. Some see me as weak because I trust you. Others want power for themselves. Alex felt a sharp chill. His role was not just to protect the princess from outside enemies, but also from threats inside the palace. Suddenly, a messenger rushed toward them. Princess Lyra, scouts report enemy ships moving closer. They are preparing to blockade our main spaceport. Lyra's eyes narrowed. Prepare the defenses. Alex, I need you at the command center. In the command room, Alex saw glowing maps and blinking lights showing the enemy's fleet. The room buzzed with activity as officers gave orders. Alex was given control of a small strike team, elite soldiers ready to act quickly. You have the skill and courage, Lyra said, placing a hand on his shoulder. I trust you. The strike team launched in sleek, fast ships toward the enemy fleet. Alex's heart pounded as they flew through the stars, weaving between massive warships. Using his training and quick thinking, Alex led a surprise attack on the enemy's supply ships, crippling their support. Back at the palace, Lyra watched the battle unfold on the screens. When Alex's team succeeded, she allowed herself a small smile. But the victory was only the beginning. As the team returned, Alex knew the Dravok were serious. This was no simple fight over resources. It was a test of Virilia's strength and Alex's place by the princess's side. Lyra met him at the landing bay. You have done well, Alex, but remember, The greatest dangers are not always from outside. We must be prepared for everything. Alex nodded, feeling the truth in her words. The fight to protect Virilia had just begun, and he was ready to stand with the princess, no matter what came next. Alex Drake's days grew harder at the palace. Though he had proven his skill in battle, many of the alien nobles still doubted him. To them, he was an outsider, a human among powerful Virilians. Some whispered that a human could not truly protect their princess. One morning, during a council meeting, a senior noble named Varen spoke sharply. "Princess Lyra, why do you trust this human soldier over our own people? We have skilled warriors who have served our family for generations." Lyra looked at Varen calmly. "Alex is not just a soldier. He has my trust because he has earned it." Alex felt a cold stare from the council, but said nothing. He knew words alone would not win their respect. Later, Lyra asked Alex to join her on a mission outside the capital. "I want you to see our land beyond these walls," she said, "and I want to show the council that you are more than just a soldier." Alex agreed. They traveled to a remote village near the wild forests of Virilia. The people there lived simply, but their loyalty to the princess was strong. Suddenly, the village was attacked by a group of mercenaries hired by the enemy faction. The villagers were scared, and the local defenders struggled to fight back. Alex and Lyra sprang into action. Alex used his training to organize the villagers, teaching them how to defend themselves and plan a counterattack. Lyra used her rare powers, soft blue light from her hands, to calm the frightened people and heal the injured. Together, they fought back the mercenaries. Alex's leadership and Lyra's strength saved the village from destruction. After the battle, the villagers gathered around Alex. "You fought for us," said an elder. "You are not just a stranger. You are our protector." Word of the victory spread quickly. When Alex and Lyra returned to the capital, even some of the harshest nobles looked at him with new respect. But the challenges were far from over. Back at the palace, a new threat emerged. An important advisor was discovered passing secrets to the enemy. The betrayal shocked the court and deepened the palace's distrust. Alex was asked to help investigate. Using his human logic and sharp mind, he uncovered clues others had missed. His work revealed the spy before more damage was done. Lyra praised Alex. "You have proven your worth not only in battle but also in wisdom and honor." Alex finally felt the weight of his role shift. He was no longer just the outsider. He was part of something bigger, part of Virilia's future. That night, as they watched the twin suns set from the palace walls, Lyra said quietly, "Trust is earned, and you have earned mine, Alex." Alex looked at her, feeling stronger than ever. The road ahead was still dangerous, but he knew he was ready to face it, with the princess by his side. The palace was quieter now, but the threat outside Virilia still loomed. Alex Drake felt stronger, more confident in his role. Still, there was something about Princess Lyra that he did not fully understand, something powerful yet hidden. One evening, as the stars twinkled above, Lyra invited Alex to her private chambers. The room was softly lit, with walls that seemed to glow faintly. Alex noticed the princess looked different, calmer but serious. "I want to show you something," Lyra said. Alex watched carefully as she closed her eyes. Suddenly, a soft blue light began to glow from her hands. The light grew brighter, swirling around her fingers like a small storm. Alex's eyes widened. "What is that?" Lyra smiled gently. "This is my gift. I have the power to feel and influence energy around me. It is rare in my people. I use it to protect Virilia and to heal." She opened her eyes, and the light slowly faded. "I have kept this hidden because many fear what they do not understand. But with the dangers we face, I must trust you." Alex nodded, amazed but also feeling honored. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" "Because power can be dangerous," Lyra said. "It can make others jealous or afraid. But you have proven your heart is true." Over the next days, Lyra taught Alex to recognize small signs of energy around them, how the wind could change, how the air felt heavier in danger. Alex practiced staying calm and focused, learning that strength came not just from weapons, but also from understanding. One afternoon, a sudden alarm rang through the palace. Enemy scouts had crossed the border and were moving toward a nearby village. Alex and Lyra rushed to the command center. Lyra's powers helped her sense the scouts' movements before they appeared on the sensors. "We need to stop them quickly," she said. Alex led a team to intercept the scouts. Using the princess's guidance, they avoided traps and ambushes. In the fight that followed, Alex used his new skills to stay calm under pressure, helping his team win without heavy losses. After the battle, Lyra looked at Alex with pride. "You are becoming more than a soldier, Alex. You are a protector in every way." Alex smiled, feeling a deep connection to her and to Virilia. That night, as they stood under the stars, Lyra spoke softly. "I sensed you long before they sent you. I believe your arrival was part of something greater, a future we can build together." Alex looked at her and felt ready for whatever was coming next. Together, they were stronger than any enemy. The threat from the Dravok faction was growing stronger. The enemy was no longer just sending scouts. They had spies inside Virilia. Princess Lyra and Alex Drake knew the danger was deeper than anyone had imagined. One morning, Lyra called Alex to the command center. "We have learned that enemy spies are working inside our own council," she said. "They plan to weaken our defenses from within." Alex frowned. "How can we stop them?" Lyra's eyes were steady. "We must find them before they do more damage. I need you to lead a small team to infiltrate the enemy's spy network." Alex nodded, feeling the weight of the task. It was dangerous and required more than just fighting skills. It needed careful planning and sharp thinking. Alex gathered a team of trusted soldiers. They moved quietly through the palace halls, preparing for their mission. The enemy spies were clever, hiding in shadows and whispers. To catch them, Alex and his team had to become shadows themselves. Using information from Lyra's secret network, Alex's team followed hidden clues. They discovered coded messages and secret meetings in the lower levels of the city. The deeper they went, the more they realized how close the enemy was to their heart. One night, Alex and his team entered an old warehouse on the edge of the city. Inside, they found a group of spies, aliens disguised as palace workers, passing information through strange devices. Alex gave a quiet signal. The team moved fast, surrounding the spies before they could escape. A fierce but brief fight followed. Using their training and teamwork, Alex's team captured the spies without causing harm to innocent bystanders. Back at the palace, the captured spies were questioned. They revealed a shocking truth. The enemy had a secret ally inside the council who helped them send messages and plans. Lyra's face hardened. "This betrayal runs deep. We must act carefully." Alex offered, "I can help uncover the traitor." With his clear mind and human perspective, Alex began examining the council members' behaviors and hidden motives. He noticed small things others ignored. A hesitation here, a strange look there. After days of careful observation, Alex found the traitor, a respected advisor named Corvin, who had been secretly working with the Dravok faction. When confronted, Corvin tried to deny it, but the evidence was clear. He was arrested and removed from the council. Lyra thanked Alex. "You have saved Virilia from a great danger. Your loyalty and wisdom are beyond what I imagined." Alex felt a deep pride, but knew the fight was not over. The enemy was still out there, and the palace still held secrets. That night, as he stood on the palace balcony looking at the stars, Alex thought about the trust Lyra had placed in him. He was no longer just a soldier. He was a guardian of a whole world. Lyra joined him quietly. "Together, we will protect Virilia," she said softly. Alex nodded. and we will show the galaxy that humans and Varillians are stronger united. The palace was tense. After Corvin's betrayal, suspicion ran deep. Princess Lyra and Alex Drake worked harder than ever to protect Varillia, but danger was closer than they thought. One evening, as Alex walked through the palace corridors, he sensed something was wrong. Shadows moved where there should be none. Before he could react, strong arms grabbed him from behind. Alex struggled, but he was quickly overpowered. A hood was pulled over his head, and he was dragged away. When the hood was removed, Alex found himself in a dark, cold cell. He was not alone. Across the room, Princess Lyra sat, calm but with a tired look. "We have been betrayed again," Lyra said softly. "Someone close to us wants to see Varillia fall." Alex's mind raced. How had they been captured? Who was behind this new betrayal? "We must stay strong," Lyra continued. "They want to break us, but we will not give them that power." Days passed in the cell. Guards brought little food and spoke in low voices outside. Alex and Lyra shared their plans quietly, careful not to be overheard. Alex learned more about Lyra's strength, not just her powers, but her spirit. Despite their capture, she stayed hopeful. Her calm helped Alex stay focused. One night, Lyra whispered, "We must find a way out before it is too late." Alex looked around. The cell was old, with rusty bars and a small window high above, but he noticed a loose stone near the floor. Using all his strength and patience, Alex worked on the stone. It slowly moved, creating a small hole just big enough to squeeze through. "We will escape through here," he said, "but we need to be careful." Lyra nodded. "I will use my powers to create a distraction when the time comes." The next day, when the guards were less watchful, Alex began to work on the hole again. Late at night, Lyra focused her energy, sending a soft glow that grew into a bright flash outside the cell. Guards rushed to see what was happening, giving Alex the chance to slip through the hole. He helped Lyra through, and together they moved silently through the dark halls. Their escape was dangerous. They avoided patrols and used secret passages Lyra remembered from her youth. Alex's quick thinking kept them safe. Finally, they'd reached the armory, where weapons and armor were kept. They armed themselves, ready to fight if needed. As they moved toward the palace gates, alarms blared. The enemy had discovered their escape. Alex and Lyra fought side by side, their trust in each other stronger than ever. With a mix of human tactics and Lyra's powers, they broke through the guards and ran into the night. Outside, loyal soldiers awaited them. The princess's guards had not given up hope. Lyra turned to Alex. "We survived because we trusted each other." Alex smiled. "And we will keep fighting, together." The night air was cool as Alex and Princess Lyra emerged from the palace shadows. Their escape had been close, but they were free. Behind them, alarms still echoed through the grand halls, but ahead, hope waited. Loyal soldiers gathered quickly around them. Many had risked everything to remain faithful to Lyra, ready to fight for their princess and the future of Varillia. Lyra's voice was calm but strong. "We must prepare. The enemy will not stop until they take our world." Alex looked at the gathered soldiers. "We have faced danger before," he said, "but now we must stand together stronger than ever." The soldiers nodded, their faces showing determination. Over the next days, Alex helped organize the defense of Varillia. Using his experience as a human soldier and leader, he trained the palace guards and villagers alike. He taught them new tactics, ways to work as a team, and how to stay calm under pressure. Lyra worked closely with her advisors, sending messages to allies and gathering resources. Her rare powers gave her insight into enemy movements and helped boost the morale of their people. Alex noticed how Lyra's confidence grew. Even after capture and betrayal, she stood tall and ready to fight. She was more than a princess. She was a symbol of hope. One afternoon, scouts brought news. Enemy forces were gathering near the planet's main spaceport, preparing for a full attack. Alex and Lyra met with their commanders to plan the battle. The palace war room was filled with maps, blinking lights, and urgent voices. "We cannot wait for the enemy to strike first," Alex said firmly. "We need to act now. Strike their forces before they reach the city." Lyra nodded. "Our people trust us. We must protect them with everything we have." The plan was risky but necessary. Alex would lead a strike team to attack the enemy's supply lines, cutting off their resources. Lyra would coordinate the defense of the city and use her powers to protect the soldiers. As the battle day arrived, the skies over Virilia darkened with warships and fighters. The air buzzed with tension. Alex's team flew out in sleek ships, moving fast and silent. Using surprise and clever tactics, they hit the enemy supply lines hard. Explosions lit the darkness, and the enemy forces were thrown into confusion. Back on Virilia, Lyra used her energy to shield the city's defenses, keeping the soldiers safe and boosting their strength. After hours of fighting, the enemy began to retreat. The people of Virilia cheered, their hope renewed. When Alex returned, Lyra greeted him with a smile. "Today, we showed what it means to stand together." Alex looked at her and felt a deep respect. "This is just the beginning. We will protect Virilia, no matter what." The sky above Virilia was filled with warships, casting shadows over the land below. The final battle had come. Princess Lyra stood on the palace balcony, her eyes fixed on the horizon. Beside her, Alex Drake tightened his grip on his weapon, ready for what was ahead. The enemy fleet from the Dravok cluster had returned, larger and more determined than before. Their goal was clear: to take control of Virilia's valuable resources and power. Lyra turned to Alex. "This is our moment. We fight not just for the palace, but for every person who calls Virilia home." Alex nodded. "We fight together." The battle began with a thunderous roar. Enemy ships swooped down toward the planet, firing lasers and missiles. Virilia's defenses responded fiercely, with energy shields glowing and weapons launching back. Alex led a squadron of fighters into the chaos. Moving swiftly, he coordinated attacks on key enemy ships, using quick maneuvers to avoid damage and protect his team. On the ground, Lyra used her rare powers to strengthen the city's defenses. Blue light shimmered around walls and soldiers, protecting them from harm and healing wounds. Her presence inspired everyone to stand firm. As the fight continued, the enemy sent a massive warship to strike at the palace directly. The guards prepared to defend, but the ship's power was overwhelming. Without hesitation, Alex and Lyra rushed to the front lines. Alex's squadron engaged the warship's fighters, while Lyra focused her energy on the palace's shields. The battle was fierce. Explosions lit the sky, and the ground shook beneath the fighting. Alex's quick thinking and the princess's powers worked together to weaken the enemy. In a final daring move, Alex piloted his ship close to the warship and fired a powerful blast at its core. The enemy ship exploded in a brilliant fireball, breaking the attack. With their leader destroyed, the enemy fleet began to retreat. Virilia's forces cheered, their victory hard-won but complete. Lyra turned to Alex, her face glowing with relief and pride. "We did it. Together." Alex smiled, feeling the weight of the moment. This is the strength of Virilia, and the strength of us. As the sun set over the peaceful planet, the people celebrated their freedom. The bond between human and alien had never been stronger.